Welcome, everyone. I'm excited to be here today to talk about remote sensing and GIS application in forestry. This is the title of our presentation, and it highlights the fascinating ways technology is transforming forest management. We'll be exploring how remote sensing tools and geographic information systems are used to monitor, analyze, and manage forests more effectively. So, let's dive in and discover the innovative strategies shaping the future of forestry. Today, I'll be talking about remote sensing, which is really the art and science of measuring the Earth's surface using sensors that are placed on airplanes and satellites. These sensors gather data in the form of images, and what's fascinating is that they come with specialized capabilities for manipulating, analyzing, and visualizing those images. This allows us to extract valuable information about the landscape, land use, or environmental changes over time. It's also important to note that remote sensing imagery is often integrated within a geographic information system, or GIS, which helps us manage and analyze spatial data more effectively. By combining remote sensing data with GIS, we can get a much clearer and more comprehensive understanding of the Earth's features and processes. This integration is a key part of our overall theme, using technology to better observe and understand our planet. This slide doesn't contain enough information. That's why we're moving to the next slide. Now, let's delve into some of the key applications of remote sensing in forestry. First, distribution refers to understanding where different forest types and resources are located across large areas. This helps us map out forests efficiently and accurately. Plantation monitoring is crucial for assessing growth, health, and sustainability of cultivated forests. It allows us to track changes over time and ensure proper management practices. Estimation of forest growing stock involves calculating the amount of timber or biomass present, which is vital for sustainable harvesting and resource planning. Next, forest inventory and volume estimation are fundamental for understanding forest extent and productivity. These processes often rely on remote sensing data to create detailed, up-to-date inventories. Preparation of stock tables and yield calculations then help us predict future growth and harvest yields, supporting economic and ecological decisions. Preparation of treatment or zonation areas involves dividing forests into different zones based on their characteristics or management needs. This is essential for targeted conservation or logging activities. Assessing ecological health and biodiversity allows us to monitor habitat integrity and species diversity, which are critical for preserving ecosystem resilience. Forest change and conversion studies enable us to track how forests evolve over time, including deforestation or land use changes. Damage assessment due to forest fires helps quantify loss and plan recovery efforts. Grassland identification and productivity assessments are also important, especially in regions where grasslands coexist with forests, influencing overall landscape management. Biomass and fuel wood assessments are vital for understanding how much energy can be sustainably harvested from forests. GIS applications integrate spatial data to enhance all these analyses, providing a powerful tool for visualizing and managing forest resources. Finally, the implementation of forest resource information systems and the application of remote sensing in forestry collectively support smarter, data-driven decision-making. This synergy helps us manage forests more sustainably, ensuring they continue to provide ecological, economic, and social benefits for generations to come. According to the recently released India State of Forest Report of 2015, India has seen an increase in its forest and tree cover by about 81 square kilometers. That's a significant growth, showcasing some positive trends in our efforts to conserve and expand green cover. Now, to put this into perspective, India's total forest cover is approximately 721,673 square kilometers, which accounts for about 21.34% of the country's land area. When we look at Tamil Nadu specifically, its total forest cover stands at roughly 26,345 square kilometers, making up around 20.26% of the state's land. These figures are based on data from 2017, and they highlight both the progress we're making and the areas where there's still room for improvement. Connecting this to our overall theme, it's encouraging to see the increase in forest cover, but it also reminds us of the importance of sustained conservation efforts to protect these vital ecosystems for future generations. Geographic Information Systems, or GIS, is a powerful computer-based tool that allows us to analyze, store, manipulate, and visualize geographic information. Think of it as a digital map maker that doesn't just show us locations, but also helps us understand the relationships and patterns on Earth's surface. Usually, this information is displayed in map format, making it easier to interpret complex data visually. What makes GIS especially valuable is its ability to connect seemingly unrelated data sets. For example, by combining demographic data with geographic features, organizations can better understand spatial patterns, like where underserved communities are or how environmental factors influence urban development. Throughout this presentation, we see that GIS isn't just about maps. It's about gaining insights that can inform smarter decisions. Whether for urban planning, environmental management, or disaster response, GIS helps us see the bigger picture by relating data to specific locations on the Earth's surface. Now, let's take a closer look at the core functions of Geographic Information Systems, or GIS. Essentially, GIS operates on four simple but powerful ideas. First, it allows us to create geographic data. This means capturing and generating spatial information about the world around us. Next, it helps us manage this data efficiently, organizing it so we can access and update it as needed. The third function is analysis, using this data to uncover patterns, relationships, and insights that might not be immediately obvious. And finally, GIS enables us to display all of this information visually on a map, making complex data much easier to understand and communicate. These functions are the backbone of how GIS supports decision-making and problem-solving across many fields. They connect directly to the overall theme of how geographic information systems help us better understand and interact with our environment. Now, let's talk about the uses of GIS in forestry. First, resource management is a key area where GIS really shines. It helps us with harvest planning, allowing us to determine the best areas to harvest while maintaining sustainability. It also plays a crucial role in fire management, helping us assess risk zones and plan controlled burns or emergency responses more effectively. Moving on to map production, GIS is essential for creating accurate and detailed maps. These maps support strategic planning and modeling, providing us with visual insights that inform decision-making. Overall, GIS tools enable us to manage forest resources more efficiently, ensuring we balance economic benefits with environmental preservation. This slide doesn't contain enough information. That's why we're moving to the next slide. GIS, or Geographic Information System, is a powerful tool that can perform quite complex analytical functions. What's really impressive is how it takes those intricate data analyses and presents them visually. You might see the results as maps, tables, or graphs. This visual presentation is incredibly helpful because it allows decision-makers to virtually see the issues right before their eyes. Instead of sifting through raw data, they can quickly grasp the spatial relationships and patterns. This visual approach makes it much easier to understand the problem at hand and, ultimately, to choose the best course of action. It's all about turning data into insights that drive smarter decisions, which ties back to the overall goal of using GIS to improve planning and problem-solving. Thank you so much for your attention. I really appreciate your time and engagement throughout this presentation. If there's one thing to take away, it's the importance of applying these insights to make meaningful progress. Remember, the key points we've discussed, whether it's the strategies, the data, or the overall approach, all come together to support our shared goals. I hope you leave here feeling inspired and equipped to take the next steps. Again, thank you for being part of this journey.